Take your mark.
Let's go to the first event of the inaugural Hunterdon-Warren-Sussex Girls Swimming Championships at Sussex Tech, as Pope John's 200 medley relay team of Nicole, DiGiancto, Emily Olsen, Jania Lumkong, and Maria Corall had the top time in Sussex County with a 2:13.21 to place second.
I think we took it out pretty fast. Nicole did really well. And then Emily had it in the breaststroke, and Jania did really well in the fly. It was a good race.
With the new competition, having Hunter and Central come in, I know this is just the first event of the night, but is that going to kind of step it up because you guys have been so dominant in Sussex for so long?
It'll definitely be competition, but I think we can handle it.
Take your mark.
Sussex County gets its first championship here in the 200 freestyle, as Jania Lumkong of Pope John cruises to a first place time of 2:15.16 as she smoked the competition by 7 seconds.
I was kind of nervous because I know there's some really good competition here that we're not really used to, like all the Hunterdon teams and stuff, but I just took it out really hard and then tried to hang on to it.
Was there any point in the race that you knew that you were in pretty good shape?
After the first 150.
Now, you mentioned the new competition. You were the top seed coming into this. Was there any pressure to maintain that and come out with a title?
A little bit, yeah. I know there's a lot of good swimmers from the other teams, and I wasn't really sure if they were seeded with the times that they, their best times or not, so I just tried to ignore the seedings and do my best.
Let's move on to the 200 IM, and Elise Lee of Sparta posts an impressive time of 2:32.36 to finish in second place in the grueling event for the Spartans.
Just gotta go in and not think about all the technical stuff and just do what you gotta do.
Winning a race like this or having the top time in the county so early in the race, will this spur you on the rest of the event, you think?
I don't want to let it get to my head, you know? Everyone was all good at competing, so it was a free game.
In the always exciting 50-free, Maria Corall of Pope John was Sussex County's top finisher. She placed fourth in 29.61, just touching out her teammate Jessica Rath.
I don't know, I was kind of worried about it going into it, but I tried to work on my flip turn a lot because that's where I was messing up, and I pulled it through, so it was pretty good.
In the 50-free, it's so quick, like you said, there's no margin for error. At any one time, did you know that things were going well for you?
I think after the flip turn, I knew it was going okay because that's usually where I have trouble. And I just tried to keep swimming and did my best.
Jania Lumkong of Pope John goes back to work here for the Lions in a 100 butterfly, and Lumkong comes through again for Pope John with a first place time of 1:07.68 for her second win of the event.
That was kind of a rough race. I was a little tired in the end, but again, I just went out as hard as I could and tried to hold it.
We talked before, how tough is it when you come in as the #1 seed? You know everyone's gunning for you, you're in the middle lane. How tough is that?
It's kind of hard, but it just gives me something else to push for because I know people are out after me, so it just makes the swim harder.
Maria Corall of Pope John continued her fine day in the freestyle sprints as she placed second in the 100 freestyle with a county top time of 1:04.24 for the Lions.
I tried to go out fast again. I worked on my turns, and I think I did pretty well. I always work on my turns a lot because I usually mess up, and I think it worked pretty well, so tried to finish strong.
How do you feel so far you guys are representing the county? I think Pope John's doing well right now.
It's a lot different this year because it's not the SCIL anymore, so we're holding strong. So it's doing good. We're doing it.
Did you realize how close you were to the first place girl? You guys were real close to the end, and she kind of beat you out with a tap.
Yeah, I did. I was surprised because her time was really, she was like 3 seconds ahead of me, so I just tried to stay with her and then kept holding on, so.
Take your mark.
Let's go to the always grueling 400 freestyle, and in the most outstanding effort of the meet, freshman Holly Rudel of Sparta shaves an amazing 21 seconds off her seed time to win the event by 7 seconds with a time of 4:45.94.
I was just focusing really on just not dying, because it's such a long race. You have to really keep up your pace, and especially when you're swimming next to people that are not only older than you but have been doing this longer than you, it's really good to have people to race against, so it's a lot of fun.
What was the kind of the strategy going in? It's such a long, grueling race. You kind of have to pace yourself, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the times I think I'm going to die after the first half of it, so my strategy was really just to go out fast and then come back even faster, so I hope I did well.
At what point did you know you were having a really good swim?
Probably after the 10th lap, I would say. I saw myself starting to pull ahead of the people next to me, and I knew I just had to keep going.
How's this feel right now?
Oh my God, I'm like on top of the world right now, because I'm only a freshman this year, so I still have 3 more years, and I'm just so excited, so.
We head to the 200 freestyle relay, and the Pope John quartet of Erin Roy, Jessica Raff, Maria Corall, and Jania Lumkong turned in a 1:58.73 to place second and post the top time in the county.
Well, we all just went out and tried to swim our best times because we knew we had to try and get up there with Hunterdon Central.
Oh, I was asking everyone all day, when you go against a team like Hunterdon Central, you guys have been so dominant in Sussex. Does it help you step up your game a little bit?
Yeah, it's good to swim against teams that are more developed than we are, because then it helps us to work harder and try and beat our times.
And it seemed like during the midway part of the race, you guys, Hunterdon Central and High Point, were tied, but then you guys kind of pulled away with Hunterdon Central. What do you think was the difference for you guys?
Well, we like to set up our relays a little different than most teams. We like to not just put the best person last. We like to spread it out so we don't always have just the last person fast. We like to have the whole thing fast.
An effort like this, how is this set up for next week? You got the big NJAC meet, and that's a lot more teams.
Well, this is just a good experience, and it shows us that we can't always win everything. So we'll work hard all week and try and get up our times so we can do well next week.
Holly Rudel of Sparta tries to notch her second win in the 100 backstroke, and she posts a second place time of 1:12.39, which was also the top time in Sussex County.
It was really hard to swim 3 in a row because I did the 400 and then the relay and then the 100, and I had no expectations, just kind of swimming it. I mean, I honestly can't wait to just go home and sleep right now.
How did you feel during the race? You said you were tired, but at any point did you know you were in pretty good shape?
I felt actually really good on the last lap. The 3rd lap was hard, but the 4th lap I felt really good. So, except for the fact on the last lap in the flags, I felt myself hit the girl next to me, and I was like, oh, I'm by the lane, so it was fun.
Never would you imagine in your wild dreams to come in here today as a freshman and do what you've done?
Oh, God, no. I mean, I was just coming here to swim, come for the team. Our team has 5 people here, and we're really proud of that. So it was just exciting to be here.
Emily Olsen of Pope John has been one of the premier breaststrokers in the area the last few years, and she continued her winning ways with a first place time of 1:19.25 for the Lions.
I knew that there was going to be some more competition this year, so I focused on that and went in and gave it my all.
You were in the 500. How tough is it to go from the 500 and then do the breaststroke? That's 2 brutal events.
Well, the 400 is it's an intense event, but I like it and I have a lot of fun. But I also, during the warm-up, I was sure to focus on my breaststroke for the next coming event.
How is it when you come in as the top seed, you had the lowest time, everyone's gunning for you? How do you keep your focus?
I go in and I try not to worry about them. I focus on my own race, and through that I'm able to just come out on top.
And in the final event of the day, Pope John's foursome of Nicole DiGiancto, Emily Olsen, Erin Roy, and Jessica Raff caps the Lions' day in style with a first place time of 4:27.79 in the 400 freestyle relay, as the Lions placed second overall to Hunterdon Central.
We just went in it with like an open mind, and like we knew we could do it, so we just like put all our effort in and like went through it.
At first they were pretty much ahead, but you guys made up some ground. Just talk about the character of the 4 girls on this team, that you guys made up that ground and then held the lead.
Well, we went in it and we saw how we all did, and like if you just like put your mind to it, we can like know we can catch them and like get them and beat them in the end.
What's going through everyone's mind when Emily takes that anchor leg?
We're just cheering and like we're so like happy that we're like we have the lead, so like we know we can keep it, and like we're just excited.
How good is this preparation for next week for the NJAC and for later on for the state meet?
I think we're pumped, and we're like we can show that we can swim really fast, and like we're just ready for next week.